Hey everybody, welcome to What Was Mommy Thinking? My name's Crystal and I'm so glad that you're here. Today is Financial Friday. Every Friday on this channel we address something that has to do with personal finance or home budgeting to help everybody meet their 2021 goals for their finances, and I hope you'll stick around. If you are new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the fun, and hit that bell notification so you'll get notified every time I upload a video. If you're not new here, welcome back and thanks so much for being here. We're going to do a big Friday finance paycheck, cash stuffing, and budget today. So with that being said, if you are new here, I get paid once a month. My husband is paid bi-weekly. So our income is a little bit different than some people's in the way that we have to budget. And so every month on my paycheck, I get paid the last working day of the month. So for January, that ended up being today, January the 29th. So out of my paycheck every month, if you've watched any of my budgeting videos, there's a playlist that you can hit for all of my budget and finance videos. But on my once a month paycheck, we pay the mortgage, and then all of the cash envelopes, and our cash envelope categories are groceries, gas, eating out, and allowance. All of those for the entire month ahead. So for February, all of our cash envelopes come out from that last paycheck in January. And because I'm always paid on the last work day of the month, that's always my check. And so this booklet here is my monthly cash envelopes in these categories. And then I break it down so that if I'm getting $100 a month in a category, like eating out, that means I get $25 a week. So I'll take $25 each week and put it into my wallet. This is my actual wallet that goes in my purse. And I will transfer that money in on a weekly basis because I found that having the entire month in my wallet helped me make bad decisions and overspend. So I'm trying this weekly method, and so far it's been working fantastic. In addition to the cash envelopes for the entire month, we also have sinking funds that come out of my paycheck. So these sinking funds up top are physical sinking funds that are in this binder. These other two, the Homeowners Association and our pest control, we do leave those in the bank because they are automatically deducted on a quarterly basis. So I just kind of keep a running tally of what paycheck they come out of and what the balance is, and that's what those amounts are. So with that being said, if you have watched my budgeting videos before, you've probably seen this little sheet. This is something that I made in Microsoft Word. And this goes through and breaks down my categories and how much is going to go in there and what denominations I'm going to use. And I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I sort of like shade cash envelopes in gray, and then I leave the sinking funds unshaded, and that gives me the totals down here that I need to put on my slip to give to the bank teller. So in addition to stuffing the cash envelopes and going through my budget for this week, I still need to close out last week, and I need to make sure that my cash envelopes in my wallet are caught up and up to date. So let's do that first. I'm just going to set my sinking funds aside, and we're going to open up my wallet. Oh, that's stuck there. All right, I had to take my license out because I got my first shot of my vaccine. Okay, so I can actually just take this out for today instead of having to fold it over, and I'll do that. So this is my wallet, and in my wallet I have my little funds. And as I said, grocery, we keep most of that in the bank. I don't currently have any cash in my grocery envelope, but we will be stuffing that. For gas, I did fill my car as I had predicted. I needed to do that, and there is $40 left in that account or that envelope, and I know that there's none left in my monthly cash envelope because in my last cash stuffing video we transferred all $65 over, and so this is what's remaining. Now for gas, it is one of those sinking funds that as of right now, if there is money left over, I'm just going to keep rolling it and leave it in that envelope instead of taking it out and putting it towards something else. For eating out, last week when we did our cash stuffing, I put that $25 in. It's still here, so I need to go ahead and close out for the 29th, which is today. I'm going to open my monthly cash envelopes and go into my eating out fund. And I'm going to take this last $25 out because when we go to stuff it for the month of February, I will put that fresh money in there. So we'll just put weekly, take out the 25, and that will leave nothing. So this $25 will transfer over to here. We'll go ahead and write that in. For January the 29th, we're going to add $25, and that should give us a total of 50. So 20, 40, 45, and 50. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we'll stick that back in here. For pets, because you guys know I do my grocery pickups on Friday. If you watch my grocery haul and meal plan video that we'll post tomorrow, you're going to see that I did spend some money out of my pets category, and I have not taken that money out, but I'm going to have to break one of these larger bills before I'm able to do that anyway. So I will go back here to my little notes section, and I'm going to make myself a note. Let's see. So we've got Walmart pickup today, and we've got a Sam's Club pickup today. And so out of that, part of it is in the pets category. So I will get those totals put in here because those will carry down to grocery and pets. Alright, so other than that, we haven't spent anything yet this week. I did buy gas, but because that came out of, I guess I should have put that in, shouldn't I? Just to be consistent, right? So that was on the 23rd. So I can go back over here on the 23rd. These little tiny pages. Oh, okay, so that was last week, and I did put that in. Okay, so never mind. I put that in already. That was last week. So because we have 0 left, I'm going to go ahead and put my ledger back in my eating out envelope. And that really is it for this week. We'll do allowance with the boys tomorrow. We'll go through, and as you can see, their money that they already had is still in their envelopes, waiting for us to do their allowance for this week. This is my envelope that I keep for money that needs to be deposited back into our checking account, and that's what that is there for. Okay, now we get to do the fun part. It's time to take out the money, honey. All right, so this is the cash that I went to the bank and got. This is the other half of that piece of paper that I showed you guys that I do in Microsoft Word. This is the part that I actually give the bank teller. And these are the denominations that I carry over from the part of the sheet that I showed you. And this is what the bank teller does and gives me my cash with. So let's go ahead and get this sorted out. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that your Financial Friday is right in line with everything that you want to accomplish. All right, so I'm going to try and squeeze some of this in. Maybe move my relaxing little candle over a bit. I only have a couple of those bills and a couple of these ones as well. So we'll see how far we get here. All right, I'm going to pull out my little cheat sheet and bring over my sinking funds, and because I do have it color coded, I can do either my sinking funds or my monthly cash envelopes, either one first. Since my cash envelopes are at the top, let's go ahead and just knock those out, okay? I'm going to move my cheat sheet aside, and for groceries, which is this red one here, as you can see, it is completely blank. That's so sad, so sad, so sad. For groceries, remember we're going to do $200 in cash and the other $800 stays in the bank, and I chose to take that out in 450s so that I am able to use $50 a week. So we're going to take $200, and that leaves us a balance of $200. So that gives me $50 a week to go, like I said, to Sprouts or to Winco or any of those places. Or if we were able to go to a farmer's market or something like that, they prefer cash. So I'm going to take my 50, 100, 150, 200 and stick it in my grocery envelope. That is one category, guys, that I hardly ever have anything left over. So once I do that, I can just check it off. And then the next thing we're going to do is the eating out budget. We do $100 a month, which ends up being $25 a week. So I'm going to take 4 20s and 4 5s. And I'll take that ledger out. And I'm going to add in that we're going to put in the February monthlies. So we're going to add $100. And we'll end up with $100, and that's going to be in the form of those 4 20s and those 4 5s. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, guys, let's count that out. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. The next envelope that I have, even though it's not labeled because I just haven't gotten it done, I'm so ashamed, but we did get eating out done, is our gas. 140 of this is going to go in cash. I chose to take that out in 2 50s and 2 20s, and 60 of it will go on my husband's PayPal card. So we're going to put 2 50s and 2 20s in this envelope. So on 129, we're going to deposit $140, and that's going to give us a balance of $140. So 2 50s and 2 20s. So that's 50, 100, 120, 140. Okay, that is back in there. We're going to go ahead and check off the gas. And then allowance. So I believe my allowance is in, we're going to come back to allowance. I know that I am stuffing pets this time, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Pets is going to get $125. I chose to take 2 50s, a 20, and a 5. So let's go ahead and put that 125 in. And you know what, guys? That may be the change that I need. I believe that it is. So we're going to put January the 29th. We're going to deposit $125. And that's going to give us $125 in this envelope. Now, because I do carry a pet's envelope in my actual wallet, that's where this other $360 is. So at some point I'm going to have to reconcile and marry these. I will probably put most of this back into the monthly envelope because I just bought food and they're good for a while, so I really don't need to be carrying around that $360. But for now, let's go ahead and take the 250s and the 20 and the 5 and put those in here. There's 250s, a 20, and a 5 should give us 125. 50, 100, 120, 125. I'll stick that right in here. Alright, so allowances we will come back to because we're going to move on to our sinking funds. So I'm going to go ahead and check off that we did pets just to keep track. And we're going to start on our sinking funds. When I do my sinking funds, it has its own little marker, and I typically just dig right in. So in our sinking funds, the first one that is getting stuffed out of this payday is going to be birthdays. I have one son with a birthday in February and another one in March, and my mom is also in March, and this fund is completely depleted, so we're going to put some money back in that. And as of today, on January 29th, we're going to deposit $140. That's going to give us a balance of $140, and I chose to take that out in a 100 and 2 20s. So we're going to swipe a 100 and 2 of these 20s. Alright guys, 120, 140, and that'll give us the money that we need for this envelope. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and check off birthdays. The next one that I come to is going to be back to school. Back to school gets $100 every month, so we're going to do that one. And I do the same thing every month. I just put a $100 bill in. It should have 400. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add 100. So January the 29th, $100. And that is 500 total. Getting closer and closer to that goal, you guys. So let's make sure, and then let's face it the right way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Got that envelope. I do know that we are going to be stuffing the miscellaneous envelope this payday. Let's go ahead and check off back to school. And where is my miscellaneous? Oh, I put it in, I meant to change that, you guys. I combined miscellaneous and unexpected last time that I stuffed it, and I still haven't made the correction on my sheet, so I do need to fix that. Alright, according to our little ledger, we should have $120, 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. We are going to be putting another $50 in, 129, $50. And that's going to give us $170. And I chose to do that in just a good old 50. So we're going to take one of those. And we should have 170. So 50, 100, 120, 140, 160, 170. And we'll put that right back in here. And we will go ahead and check that one off as unexpected or miscellaneous. Clothing is going to get $50, and it's just a single 50. So we're going to open that envelope up. I just happen to know there is nothing in it. A lot of our sinking funds are still sitting like they were after Christmas. So January the 29th, we're going to put $50, and that's going to give us a balance of $50. And I'm just going to grab this last little 50 here, and I'm going to stick that right in the envelope. Alright, so we will check off clothing, and then we've got vehicle tags and Amazon Prime. So Amazon is first, and then vehicle tags. For Amazon Prime, It says we should have 20. We do have 20, and today we're going to be putting in $10. We just renewed our membership in January, so this will be saving for the January 2022 renewal. So let me grab that $10. And then we will have 30, 20 and 30. I'm going to check off Amazon Prime. And then the last thing is the vehicle tags. We're going to deposit $18 in our vehicle tags. It says here we should have 60, 20, 40, 20, 40, 60. So today we're going to put in 18, which was all that was left when it all was said and done. Should give us a total of $78. So I'm going to take the 10, the 5, and the 3 ones and make sure that we have $78. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, and 78. And that will go right back in here. And then I believe my allowance envelope is in here, and that's the last one to stuff, and I really probably should move it over to my monthly cash envelopes. Let's see if it's in here. You know what, guys? I don't see it. I don't know what I did with it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to put allowance, which if you look here, so for our allowance every month we budget for $100. We do 2 20s, one for me, one for my husband, and then we do 12 5s. Our boys have the opportunity to earn $5 every week by doing their responsibilities, and so we pay that out on Saturdays, $5 per child, which is, 3 boys times 4 weeks gives us the 12 $5 bills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this money and I'm going to put my husband's $20 aside. I'm going to put my $20 in my wallet, which is just sitting right over here. And I know for a fact that in my wallet we have an allowance envelope. That allowance envelope currently has the $15 in it because we will pay out tomorrow for this week's allowance. What I'm going to go ahead and do is deposit the 12 $5 bills. I'm going to put that $60 in this envelope because right now I'm not sure what I did with the other one that's for the monthly amount. And if I find it, I will definitely move this money over. But what this tells me is that I should have $75 in $5 bills in this envelope after I put these with it. So let's count that just to make sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, and 75. That is a little bit bulkier than I like to keep in these smaller envelopes, but for right now we will make that work and just kind of keep it all in there. I am going to go ahead and in my pets envelope I am going to go ahead and transfer most of this. I think I'm going to transfer all of it. I don't see a need right now for anything pet related, so I'm going to go ahead and say that on January the 29th that I put it into monthly envelopes. So I'm going to say into monthly, and I'm going to deduct the entire $310, and that's going to leave nothing in this envelope because, as I said, I carry this with me everywhere. It goes in my bag and it goes with me, and I'm going to put that $310 into my monthly envelope. And the groceries that I'm picking up today, as I said, I have some pet food in them, and I'm going to have to deduct some of this out anyways. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got $435 in my pet fund. They're almost as expensive as kids, you guys, really. Alright, so let's put all of this with here, and let's make sure that we have $435. So we have 100, 200, 300, 350, 420, 430, 435. Alright, the next time you see this envelope, it will look a little different because I will take whatever's in that grocery order out of it, and that'll be that. Okay, so just to make sure, I want to look at this list one more time and make sure I did put my allowance away and I did put the vehicle tags in. So you guys, at the end of it, I've checked off every one of these sinking funds. I don't have any money left over, which is almost shocking because I almost always mess this up. And all of my funds are stuffed. So what I will do is, for the week ahead, I will go through and stuff my weekly envelopes. Grocery is going to get 50. Gas for me is going to get some. Eating out is going to get some. And those deposits will be made on the 7th of February, the 14th of February, the 21st of February, and today, because on the 28th of February I will again get paid, and that will start the new month off. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but that's kind of how that works. So today I got paid. It's the last work day of the month. All of my monthlies are full. I can go into here and take out the money that I'm going to need for this coming week, which is the first week of February. So I'll pull $50. We'll just go ahead and do it. So I'll pull $50 out for my weeklies and put that into my envelope in my wallet. So we'll put week 1. That's just kind of how I do it for my own record keeping. I'm going to pull that 50 out, make sure that there's still 50, 100, 150 in there. This will go back in my grocery envelope. Then in my eating out envelope, I'll go ahead and take out my week 1, and that's just $25, and that'll leave me with $75. That'll be today on the 29th, so I'll take out a 5 and a 20, and that should leave me with 75, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. It is a little bit more confusing this way, but it helps me stay on track so much better if I do it in a weekly allotment. Now, like I told you guys, I did fill my, no, I didn't fill it. I put some in my gas this past week. So for January the 29th, if you were to take $140 and divide it by 4, you're going to come up with somewhere around $35 per week for gas. I don't think that I need that this week, so I'm only going to take out 20. And that's going to leave me with $120. So I'll take out 20. And I should have 50, 100, 120. And I'm going to put that right back in this envelope. And that'll be it for these. So then I will go to my wallet, and I'll kind of just go in the reverse order and say, okay, I took out gas last. So I'm going to add on 129, I'm going to add $20. And that's going to give me 60. So if I do end up needing to fill up, it will be around that price. $60 should get me right at a full tank, if not a full tank. And I'll just hold on to this money until I need that. So if next week rolls around and I still don't need to fill up, I won't add any more money to this envelope. The next envelope was eating out. So we're going to go ahead and pull that ledger out and add another $25, and this will be for the first week of February. So somewhere along the way I got behind a week, and I now have an extra $25 in my eating out fund, which is not a bad thing. but I gotta be more careful about that. So we should have 75, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. And I'll stick that in Eat Out, which we may end up using this Sunday, full disclosure. And then the last thing I need to do is put in the $50 in cash that we get weekly for fresh fruits and vegetables from Sprouts or Winco or wherever it is that we go. So I'm going to say $129. I'm going to add $50 and have a balance of $50. All right. And put that in this envelope. And that is it. Make sure my pens are closed. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching this budgeting video and for helping me stay on track and be accountable to the budget goals that I've set for myself. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day and that you are able to stick to your budget and meet your financial goals to keep you and your family financially healthy. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.